depends. It depends on maybe echo. But among for a board management and the board, so boss said this particular season, Omuna feel the club woefully from the supporters front. What you say, Omo you feel?
Maestro, as you see, I have one league match to play, which is very critical and very crucial. And my position, like you said, nobody will envy me as at now.
Yeah.
And idea supporters, person be tear free me what is here whether we are avoiding relegation or not.
And you usura can be an answer to ba fede and answer honorable Vincent so de tinti untiminkas because you said here you mo bia kwan man intimi nkyere na adwene e team no.
Maestro, you know me very well. I've been one of the most young vocal people in terms of Banny Heart of Folk Monsemwa. One thing you cannot take away from me is because I normally don't go to people say me pay favors into me come in no creana me through. Yes, especially when it comes to Heart of Folk. And be Obeka se mean to me come store do tell Mr. Kambia why would it be so? Is it because of a favor? I be a me anabibi. No. When it comes to Heart of Folk, I would always want to say it the way it's here because Nipo Makuma edit team lechino. Those who say you're going into leadership positions, be it on the board, on management, or at NCC.
Okay.
Do now over millions of supporters. And Makuma edit team which intimate to me and Kase because of being intimate in Kanokre. It's out of the way. But I would want to speak truth.
Okay.
And also to say things the way I say Kano. After say about a last league match in the way. Because you see, they make it be and you're good post-mortem because we've not played the last match.
Okay.
So I would leave it for
the position of the club.
Exactly. I would leave it for other commentators to do that. My role now is to encourage my supporters. It's also to appeal to them and also to calm them down. Because a lot of them are devastated. This is the moment we need all of them on board. When we are done with the league by Sunday, maybe by Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, anytime I'm being invited, maybe I can tell you for a fact there is nothing that I know say no crime mean to me. I know they're out of my way.
Okay, yeah. but the younger the NCC, any the rule I'm gonna play this particular season, say a boa club no. Because middle of the season, you who say mom also operation invade baby any operation 10%, operation that and all that stuff. Mo feel say rule mo play you know. Mo kan ho na baby team na bedru baby adri mo rule mo play na I said am what a team ana
mean to me can is Maestro because our role is always to complement the effort of the board, the management and the playing body.
Okay.
Me take a lot of commentaries but one thing about me is opinions there obia be candidate. But if I have followed football for the last 20 years of my life there is one thing I know for sure. Say me be leading Out of Folk supporters front. I have read a lot about supporters' contribution and the fans. So I find it difficult when NCC or supporters must take blame for the misfortune of a club. It hasn't happened anywhere in
because Monko Park in your numbers to support.
Yes, and that is where the orientation of the supporters comes to play. And I think General Secretary of the FA in one of your interviews, he said it's very right. I'd even wanted to call him.
Okay.
It means people knows the truth when it comes to our football. The truth is that you must know the orientation of your supporters. The orientation of Accra Heart of Folk supporters will not be the same as the orientation of Brecum Chelsea supporters.
Okay.
It will not be the same as Manchester United supporters.
Okay.
It will not be the same as Bichim supporters. It's your supporters orientation. It's either we are trying to change the orientation.
Okay.
Says a team no money home in Crown or Mumra Stadium and only the beche to establish that ground. He said you won't approach Manchester United or motor seasonal tickets. But your supporters orientation any me papa stadium those days. The minimum say I remember there was a match in 1999 or 2000.
Okay.
King Faisal Ababesha Heart of Folk. As at the first half, before I built Stadium, now I was late. King Faisal was leading by 2 goals. And me catch me father said, "Na say match ni die." And one, I said, "No.
They ended 3-2 nana.
Ended 3-2, very good.
Me was up. Many King Faisal
me ba late, me father. So you imagine, look at the orientation then. 2-0, me father see in rim. Empire call no. Well, only Mishmelado those days they were trying 3-2. So supporters are used to this kind of orientation. We are not saying say the team must always win matches. And no dear, enye no cre. Team no be lose bi. team ni be draw bi, but orientation and they say we win 3 matches, we draw 1, we win 4 matches. It's a big club.
Yeah,
that is why we buy big players. And I listened to one of our board members, Alaja Kambi, who said in one of the interviews, say out of 4 players, they're the best and they can play in any team in the
and
league.
who agree with that?
Yes, they are very good players, but football is not just about the players. You can have you can parade all the best players, but when other things don't complement their effort, so as much as I agree, say our boys are not too bad, they could have done better than the position we occupy now. And some of the blame should go to the players, because one of the problems I find is and now me friend some of them and reasons be
some of the players.
Yeah, reasons now me can and me see do a proper post-mortem. But maybe they say they should look up to the supporters.
Okay.
You understand? Because supporters need to be players.
Now almost somebody be anything.
No, any day any post-mortem.
Almost management name few or a cow more.
And I mean, somebody be crying. I don't think it should be a problem.
And a problem for the players.
But to me, if you are a player,
because we are not a player.
Yeah, I'm not a player. But if I was a player playing for Heart of Oak or Kotoko, okay, I think say no matter what the problem is, whether you have an issue with management, you have an issue with somebody, you play it. Look, you can get a national team call up through your good performance. Supporters to me donate me. Support our brutally afamisu at the boot I'm a player.
Okay.
You get my point. So the supporters will even reward your efforts. Yeah, no we win the league, you know. Say supporters a donation more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over 50,000 plus.
Yeah.
Exactly. So maybe the say, oh, the problem on the pitch, do your job. Sometimes you can even engage with the supporters leaders. Now, if you have a problem, no, then you outline it. Then we also look at where so problem
so there's a problem.
But if there is no problem, why should a team a board member is one of the best team? I mean, at the beginning of the season, we said Heart of Oak were in contention to win the league. Now and definitely, and this takes me to my next answer. Say all of us should be able to accept responsibility when it goes wrong.
All of you to say the board,
because some people don't accept responsibility in the club. I don't like that posture. So what I say, you take responsibility when it goes wrong. When it goes right, you say, Mr. Sabri between betina say, oh, supporters we be management force be board force be say ye winning league. I remember our board chairman said the last league I winning, you know. Was the 2 people were very instrumental.
Can be nailed.
Exactly. So when we are also not performing, I don't like the attitude of always top level management people defending everything. It doesn't help us to solve the problem.
Okay.
So what you're saying? Yeah, sometimes you must admit, say, oh, maybe this season, maybe we might have taken 1 or 2 or 3 decisions. And when you do that, my supporters, you know, you will say yes, then you are on top of issues. Because the supporters are very, very, very enlightened. The supporters we think say ordinary people, they are not. They know what it is.
Okay.
Especially, I respect my Heart of Oak supporters a lot. They don't just talk.
Hey, oh yeah, sure.
They don't just talk. They know the football inside and out. I'm not lying to you. If you underestimate them, now who are my position, and you listen to a lot of them on phone calls, then you know that they don't just talk.
Very well.
What they are saying.
Very well. But chairman, you see the rule board do time supporters play and my board team G League GFA Cup. You see this season I say my put team na sha can be ne odote say montimi and call that far. Sanity.
No, any sanity. We've never relented on our rule, to be honest with you. The TN say and I'm a kind from the beginning say Bibi ne complimented Bibi. So what I say, that is where I take it from. Bibi a compliment Bibi. I think the efforts of the supporters, especially at a point, you feel say we saw our position on the league table. We felt we needed to do more.
Yeah.
Sorry, you know. I think that effort was not complimented by the team.
By the playing body?
So the resource. Okay. It could be the resource. Because we were going to BBNE.
Yeah.
So what I say?
Yeah.
We were going to Bichim. We were going here and there. We travel very far.
Yeah.
So sometimes supporters no nipa. And once more, the example of comparing Manchester City or Manchester to ye de in fact, I have no supporter no. Si kasem create de mano.
Okay.
It is a of full bus. If you come say, Eddie Baby Chim no be lose match back me no mabi more. You get the point. Across Sports Stadium, there were times we were sharing free tickets, people were not coming. And one of the things also is about comments that some of us make towards the supporters.
Yeah.
Because when we are sharing free tickets and supporters are not coming, we are doing a lot. Look at the structures. Look at Kobeman.
Yeah.
Look at the new secretariat. And yet supporters are not coming to the stadium. We should ask ourselves, what is really the problem? There is indeed a problem. Either say supporters are very, very far from the club. So these are the things we have to admit.
Akambe and Odote are the problem of Hasufo. Sasem no no crap a position supporters ni NCC who say sa individuals no only a problem for the club.
Maestro, Heart of Folk is big. For me to be able to identify that this one or this one is a problem, it means I will send me a proper review. And every season be any problems. But also what I say. And I may say me true. Say met me a problem ni free and a problem ni free. And in the past I've said it. In the past I never been I've said it.
Yeah.
I've taken critical decisions in my life when it comes to House of Folk. I have stood up for the supporters when it matters most. But also what I say.
Yeah,
exactly. Nancy and the major police station or crack.
Okay.
Even the issue no create off totally, but I just stopped going because we'll be encouraging.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am not afraid, but I'm looking at the situation on ground. At this very moment, I don't think my supporters will even be happy with me when I'm apportioning blames.
Okay.
Instead of trying to find out how we can get out of where we are now.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'll plead with you.
May respect this decision. May respect this. Yeah. But at a point in the history of House of Folk, a session of your fans Kosake Slavko Matic. Sadan Kranem say Uba Studio Hanmo. Emma Ochen who edify that decision say a section Kosake Matic. And Okulutimi Kache Yina say over to a depleted side. You think that decision a very good decision?
I already said that time. I know they make intimate me repeat it. I think I said it in your studio. Say to me, it wasn't a good decision. I know make repeating it wouldn't be a problem to me. And I still stand by it. Not because coaches cannot be fired. No, coaches can always be fired. But the circumstances I lead to the firing of the coach. I'm a make our Joy FM crash. It has immigration implications. As an immigration officer, no, our brothers and sisters also live elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I gave those examples, meaning at an out of your interview.
Okay.
And enlightening people about how we want to be treated as foreigners outside. We should also treat foreigners very well. So if the club employs a foreign coach, now club per se a pamosa foreign coach now, I think the director should be bold to do what? To sit with him and then what? Separate amicably.
Yeah, mutually.
Than say using tactics those things I still stand by it. Say I wasn't comfortable with it.
Okay.
And personally may expressing my opinion. To be honest with you, if I was a CEO of Heart of Folk,
okay,
when Matic left, to be honest with you, I would have employed a new coach if I knew we wanted to win the league.
And how my appointment to David Oklu?
Maybe the board felt said they had hopes in him. But today, David also is telling us of a depleted side.
Very depleted side.
So that's what I'm saying. If I was a CEO of Heart of Folk, because sometimes you look at the target and you look at the club, how big the club is. You understand?
About the coach?
About some of the things our officer, now you understand. I can't put it on radio. So I think if I were in that position, okay, maybe fire on it there. Because at that time, our position wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
We were contenders. I think we were on the 6th position. So if our vision was really to win the league, we could have won it. Remember time coach Bakone Koyama we buy we do buy the league. So when we take decisions, that is why I said we should take responsibility. So today we all should take responsibility because supporters were also involved in sacking the coach. Into that aspect, I cannot blame only board or management.
Okay.
Because even some supporters were involved. In fact, some of them I even warned them. But nobody listened to me. You understand? Say, maybe I say you play one Kotoko match at 3 points.
Okay.
You understand me? We all know how we play Kotoko and Heart of Folk matches. Uncle Mas in why. And that day I said it here. And I think the following day, I say, you know, matches, you know, it will shock you, say, irrespective of who is on the bench. Or sometimes the players nankasa enya on kekebi. Share ni kotoko matches, sanka players ni boss for the rest of the league. And come straight for league, you know. Exactly. So when it comes to Kotoko and House of Folk matches, it's a different trend altogether.
Okay.
After a win is how much Obi say that is the end. And then coach but let's forgive him. Because I think on that day, me sure say by now our coach would have regretted saying that. Because if you ask me, I didn't think say he met a depleted side. No, not at all.
Because at the point the crowd players the crowd call national team come about 4 of your quality guys call Chan crowd. Now you were scoring, you were winning. And
Bwedu's issue of going is even supporters are still divided up to today. You understand? I was one of those who boldly said, even though the results were not coming, Bwedu shouldn't go. Yes, I had looked. Not Bwedu never be any supporters who can and be. Now I thought, say, okay, man, a chance kakra. But even in the media, Mukra say results now are not coming. And since it is not coming, he has to go. And everybody agreed with that. Say, when the results are not coming, you must go. But actually, Nami Enyamede.
Okay.
You understand that? Because I think some small consistency, especially coaches are almost clicky with your tradition. When we keep them small, I think say it could work.
Okay. I'm sure for some FM senior 94.7. Yeah, that hot here I didn't come on NCC chairman Herman Hesse Jr. and no Ebon come good. Chairman me ba na wa chairman kwan the NCC ewura brekum because I no pay brekum for me at say train the mo be gidi aba. Na mo bompa say Tamale City nso nhye me de ma because mo hwe say mo betum na anka makọ relegation. E kwan ben so e na mo e call.
Maestro brekum ne de ye call. And ye be call. Maybe the Nyame Adomechina Messim. With this last match, in 20, if media brekum weekend, like I said, mean to me. Because I was saying, Koya de my man who school.
Only of our Sabre Bayard say spirit of the house of folk, is a cat skeleton. Spirit in a cat skeleton.
Of our Sabre Cassa, me wine, me wine. And I no baby that. No, said a spirit in its effort. You would be here from.
So, when you say a cat skeleton.
No, the spirit, but you as a journalist, Maestro, be honest.
Oh, no, why
not? Meaning the yard, that's a spirit in our form. I know there is no meansy ways about it.
Okay.
But even as a media man, it's not me beside questions, Maestro. Who follow out of folk? Bobo.
Yeah.
But your spirit in the Senate net here 10, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, no Sana net here.
Mean who?
A buyer and a Bwedu. So what I say? By and Bwedu, ama we saw
the Kai House of Folk fancy Gina Hall team she go yen so no for Sabri John Bonnie sem near and then now the catch a cascaletina.
No, Maestro, say Bwedu 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and last year.
Never say that until the bones are right.
It was glimpses. Sometimes what I can't say, or more than 20, 15 years. What I say? Me, Adabakaya, na me Adabakaya na mete. So going to the stadium, I started going to stadium at 7 years.
Okay.
So what I say? Inti wafa never be or maybe so I witnessed more than the moon, you know. Into the scenario now, you know, who you see Nancy 2 years.
Okay.
I don't know those people they saw something small. You understand? But me, I remember 2009.
Okay.
Sorry, 2004. CAF Confederation Cup. Yeah, this so good me Kumasi. How I left Accra with a guy called Kwame.
Okay.
To go to Kumasi. Now my parents now they didn't know. Me was secondary school. Obia me no secondary school. Bia be catch you say. So that time to even say me chi radio good. Odan. Me na me Odan secondary school.
Yeah.
Professor Ibrahim.
Abatenu.
They say me radio no, and people know me. They were calling me phobia. Me call immigration training school. Phobia na no mo frame me.
That's what sacrifice about. Yes, what boneka in the name of us folk.
Say no dey why not? You see, ade bema supporters any agene dey. Ye be.
To share that come here ma obo naked because also pay.
Say of mo so ma ye dey bru dey.
That be of the internet dey abem. Edu ba bi ni anu aponche ni esi nanim so on for house.
Oh, Maestro, oya e won krofo mu no won. Especially even the ordinary supporters, you know. A BF say we don't feel their pain.
Yeah.
Today I want to tell them we feel it more than them.
Okay.
As leaders, because sometimes the sacrifices that we've done. So what I say, me, you win the league. Me say nipa 20. about radio so I say chairman ye because me can work radio so.
Okay.
So what I say? But obi to say lankwemu our mudi team nature. When you sit with them one on one, they will tell you, hey, chairman, me no far. Chairman, can show so me no far. If there are places I wouldn't go because of maybe I'm a religion.
Normally, no. But in the name of House of Folk,
and that year we won the league. If somebody thought we were not told, then we knew we were going to win the league. But it's unfortunate.
Anyway, say you free mo.
Oh, and no put the glory because we remain supporters. And we will be supporters forever. Obi wa to see aye kase management members Giakitua. Board members from Giakitua. I disagree with anybody who says a board members in Giakitua because Uji allowances for sitting. You understand? The players Belgian also Yamaobi.
Okay.
So what I say, the only group of people are mono they only give and they don't take air supporters. Onwa Obeba Stadium wa be gate fee. Me NCC chairman, me co-stadium, me into gate fee. It is such a person, you know. They until I say me disrespecting, no. Board member own to your gate fee, management member or GP or also own to your gate fee. But shoemaker no, said you. Wako yini juma. What I say? The oton kube. Minim guy the oton kube wa debakaya.
Okay.
If you send a pet, na ocha ticket. I respect them. Because when board members travel from Accra to away matches, definitely they will take per diems and allowance.
And you think the management, the board, more respect more fans, no?
If that is the case, but we should change it. Because the way our supporters name my stadium, and even with the freebies, with the free ticket, I'm may realize say a lot of supporters are paying. Say after league, you know, we will be talking. We will meet with stakeholders.
Okay. And
whatever it is, you know, media, and for all the efforts that we are going to put in place, if we are not listened to, and I say we'll be in TASM, so that the team will get closer to the supporters, then we find ourselves to blame. Because we need to collaborate, we need to work.
Okay.
Nobody is an enemy. In somebody day a bit brave, Sunday, our stadium, and I make us and then they cancel. In somebody do I want to say it internally.
Okay.
Because I'm a kind of media. Now some people I will look into their face. Now me so almost in the same way I will can, you know. One kasa because there were comments from some top officials on Sunday. And it shook me like me real way.
As a bono be saying.
No, not that like that. Like some people at the top believe say supporters a crown and it chase come up play someone lose match. May God forbid.
Hey, to that extent.
Yes, may God forbid. Whoever is thinking like that. And I heard my Uncle Man saying, Nyaminti obi biaka. Say you crazy. Support be and I'm NCC chairman. Because ebi am feel so be training. And I'm feel into me I want to influence. May God deal with me.
Losing
bonus. Nyaminti ameka and America no.
Eh, and it was a matter the enemy now can
yeah say. I cannot believe it.
Okay.
But me tea one penny for no. Top officials
of the club.
Yes. Into no me tea no. Me tea no. Emma will say. Then it means the gap is really big. Because for a top official, what is or what that level to openly say supporters. Emma a bit tia place kano. Emma I onim se mati banamati bibi anamite no. So we have to really calm down. It means there is no trust. Why should it be so?
Bad.
Yeah, to the extent say I'm passing support a bit me and I don't believe it. And maybe a very ordinary supporter no no beginning.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. Chama me say and no measure that respect. But oh bompa is a media man share Tamale City on.
Me bompa say Heart of Folk Enka League no.
And two bompa say answer my question no. Oh bompa say Tamale City and fall ewa Akon Park. Media man and share Tamale City. Say young piebo.
Say media man. Share Tamale City. Media man be winning league.
Aye. To oh bompa, oh forget about the league. Oh bompa say media man share Tamale City on Sunday.
Yes, why not?
Sir. And I was a bompa say House of Folk lose to Chelsea on Sunday.
No, you lose.
Mo lose. Mo be J points no. But the man you kura media ma share mo relegation.
Relegation ni dey yenko. Eno dey me ma me fanye me last comments.
Okay.
And me encourage supporters. Be brave na no down. And it's one of the reasons India supporters Enko Stadium. One rabi kum kra no. Ye ni o man ko kasa de won kam. Yeah, supporters say oh. So I say, Chelsea for no so no money bob matches here. time we no mutu omudi de omudi nyomusika. Omo bo Hearts of Oak and Kotokwa.
So
we need to promote the match very well and professionally.
Okay.
But for now, even the supporters, Hearts of Oak supporters say we brekum. Crabbe Phyllis who Hearts of Oak ebe ide. She in the member. Because you call relegation that the person may catch a supporter be as a young
relegation. Okay.
We've not gone on relegation. And we ain't relegation.
Okay.
We are going to play it professionally and also stay in
fairly and win. And
3 points. All the matches that will be played on Sunday, it will be fair.
Okay.
We believe so.
Okay. Chairman Herman Hesse Jr. Medase na message no wedding command next week.
Before
of my brain no.
Time a demonstration. Or kind is it press release be our kind
press statement.
Tama can say we demand this, we demand this, we demand this. The catcher will say, young catcher say Coco withdraw the word demand.
Yeah.
Never the show.
Request.
Just wait a go. Who need to be so big demanded?
Nobody say officially and so demand you have to request. You don't go for the year, man.
Yeah, your bully give you has a become, God willing has become. We will demand.
Mate,
Sunday, has a come, has your we will demand it.